You have spent countless hours reading books that were supposed to change your life. If I asked you right now to explain the core thesis of the last book you finished, you would probably struggle. We consume information at an incredible rate, but we retain almost none of it. This is the great reading paradox. The more we read, the less we actually know. You have been told that the solution is to take better notes, to highlight more passages, or to use spaced repetition software like Anki to review your flashcards every morning. But let's be honest, you are not going to do that. Nobody wants to spend their life reviewing what they have already read. What if I told you that the problem isn't your memory, but your encoding process? You could hardwire a book into your long-term memory while you are still reading the first chapter, with zero review required afterward. Turn your brain into a biological hard drive using the Kinetic Reading System. This is the exact method used by world-class polymaths to retain complex information in real time. By the end of this video, you will have a toolkit that makes forgetting a thing of the past. We have to address the fluency illusion. When you read a book and it makes sense, your brain tricks you into thinking you have learned it. Because the author's logic is clear, you feel a sense of mastery. But recognition is not the same as recall. Recognize an idea on a page does not mean you can retrieve it in a high-stakes meeting or a casual conversation 6 months from now. To break this illusion, we have to change the way your brain interacts with the text. We are moving from passive consumption to active encoding. The first pillar of this system is what I call the Knowledge Tree Scaffolding. Most people start reading a book at page 1 and finish at page 300. This is a massive mistake. Your brain cannot store isolated facts. It needs a structure to hang them on. Think of it like a jigsaw puzzle. It is impossible to place the middle pieces if you haven't built the frame first. Spend 10 minutes performing a pre-mortem on the book. Scan the table of contents, read the back cover, and flip through the subheadings. You are looking for the skeleton of the author's argument. Why did they write this book? What is the one problem they are trying to solve? Once you have this mental frame, every new piece of information you encounter has a place to live. If you don't have the frame, the information just bounces off your brain and disappears into the void. We introduce image spiking. Humans are not evolved to remember abstract text. We are visual, spatial creatures. If you read a sentence like, "Productivity is the result of focused effort over time," your brain will forget it in seconds. Visualize a giant, glowing magnifying glass focusing a beam of sunlight onto a block of wood until it bursts into flames. You have created a visual anchor. This is called an image spike. Every time you hit a core concept, stop. Close your eyes for 3 seconds and create the most bizarre, colorful, and exaggerated mental image possible. The weirder the image, the more likely your hippocampus is to flag it as essential for survival. You are literally hacking your evolutionary biology to prioritize this data. This brings us to the third pillar. Relational anchoring. Information only has value in your brain if it is connected to something you already know. How does this contradict or support something I already believe? And if it mentions the importance of environment, immediately think about your own desk. Think about how your messy desk makes it harder for you to focus. By linking the abstract concept of environment to the physical reality of your desk, you have created a permanent neurological bridge. You are no longer just learning about habits. You are integrating that knowledge into your life. Stop and look at your phone. Are you actually paying attention, or are you just letting my voice wash over you? Think of the last book you read. Can you name 3 core concepts from it? It is because you weren't using the Forced Retrieval Loop. Every 5 pages, close the book. In your mind or out loud, summarize what you just read in 2 sentences. If you cannot do it, you are not allowed to turn the page. This is called active recall, and it is the single most effective way to strengthen a memory. The more you struggle to remember something, the stronger that memory becomes. Would you rather read 10 books and remember nothing, or read 1 book and remember everything? Quality reading is about the density of retention, not the volume of pages. The secret 30-second ritual, the ghostwriting method. Imagine you are the author of the book. You are standing on a stage in front of 1,000 people. If you use the author's words, you are just a parrot. If you use your own words, you are a master. We also need to talk about the syntopical link. Read it in the context of other books you have already mastered. If you can see how an idea in Atomic Habits links to an idea in Man's Search for Meaning, you now have 2 separate hooks holding that idea in place. This is how you build true wisdom, not just a collection of facts. The final piece, the pre-sleep replay. You are essentially programming your subconscious to study for you while you are unconscious.